Hey, welcome you guys. We're getting ready for the special guest of the hour or of the 30 minutes. As it says in the title, we have a special guest. I'm so proud and so excited to be able to welcome. Hold on, you guys. Let me close this out. Mr. Mace Taggart. Yes, he does sports commentary on his channel. So we're just waiting for him to come through. But you guys can come in and talk to me if you want to. All right. Let me make sure my volume is good. Okay. Mace, I see you. Mace, do me a favor before I share the link. Can you hear me? Because I'm messing around with some equipment. I just want to make sure that it's working. Can you hear me, Mace? Can you drop a one in the link really quick? Can you hear me? Were you able to hear me before? Type a one in the chat for me if you can hear me, somebody. All right, let's see. I'm not sure, you guys. I've got my equipment plugged up, but I'm not sure if it's working properly. So I need y'all's help for a minute. Mace, the link is in the chat. So, and we'll wait a second until he gets in here. But yeah, so I'm excited to have this brother over. He does a lot of sports commentary. It's really funny how we met. We met on DJ Kuda's panel. And as usual, DJ Kuda was giving like some really good advice to new YouTubers and telling them some really honest, real advice, about equipment and just all kinds of things. And Mace was on the panel along with myself. Something is not right, and I'm not sure what it is. Something is not right. Mace. Mace. Let me see something. It says my volume is on, it's plugged up, so I don't know. Oh, there he is. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Uh-oh. Hold on, Mace. Let me get my sound and everything together. You
What's wrong? I got my YouTube. Cut that off.
Mace.
There we go. How
Oh
are
my gosh.
you?
I'm fine. So the whole time you couldn't hear me?
Now I heard you all the time.
Okay, I just couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I gotta
I'm
get this cleaned up tomorrow.
No, you
It's
look
a different.
fabulous.
Nah, you'll see a different looking dude tomorrow morning. I promise you.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Like I told you, I'm getting myself together. Also, I have my own like little backdrop going on in the back. I'll show it to you later. But I'm so glad that you agreed to come over. I'm really excited about interviewing you. To be honest, just from what you told me the other day, I find it so interesting. Right? I actually
Yeah,
I got some
there you go.
background music for you before we get
Oh,
started. You
thank
okay
you.
with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Um, yes. Where are you from?
Bronx, New York.
How did I know that? I just knew that somehow. So this is this is what we're gonna do. Prayfully, we'll give people time to get in here. Honestly, I don't give a damn on how many people are in here. I'm so excited just to
Yeah,
have
I'm the
you in.
same way with my room too. I don't
Right.
care.
But this is kind of like your moment to get some water, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna let this music play, okay? And I
No, I'm
so
good. Gonna let the
okay.
music play.
All right, hon. Damn. Mace,
I'm right here.
tell me if you'll be able to hear it, okay?
Yeah, I hear it. Nice.
You can hear. That's actually not the music. That's I have family here. That's their cell phone. But here we go. Here we go. It's okay.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know, right?
Yeah, we dating ourselves.
Huh?
I said we dating ourselves.
We're gonna have a good time. I'm so glad you're here.
I am flattered to be on your show, but I love your banner. Nice.
Oh, just my you mean my backdrop, or I could show it
Yeah,
to you.
no, your banner. They had the college football coaches.
Oh, you talking about the thumbnail?
Yeah,
Yes,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
I googled your photo, but I really wanted I wanted something that you gave me permission to use. Like I'm very respectful, so I didn't get a chance to ask you for. So I didn't know if you would like the
Nah, I
photo or
don't,
not.
sweetheart. I don't care about that stuff. As long as we're talking, I'm good. I'm flattered to be here. Really.
Okay. All right, you guys. I'm gonna welcome you guys in as you come in the chat. We're sitting here with the great Mace Taggart. We're gonna interview him today. Hi, Joe Whitfield. It's good to see you. Hi, Cloud Watchers. It's good to see you guys too. Give me a second. We're gonna start in about 3. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time.
Let me ask you guys in the chat, Joe, if you can hear this music, type a 1. Something feels like it's not right. You have someone up here, Mr. Taggart, and I want to know if it's okay for me to invite them up. I guess I don't know if they want to say something to you. Do you?
I don't know
Are,
who it is,
it's
but
someone. It's well, he's a subscriber of mine. His name is Chaos Rain. Have you heard of Chaos Rain?
train. I heard of him. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Are you okay with him asking you a question?
yeah.
Hi,
Go ahead.
RS. Okay, so I'm gonna let him up. Chaos, I'm gonna let you up. Okay. There we go. Hey,
Well,
welcome.
hello, Mahogany. You didn't start yet, so that's why I can't came. I'm not sure if this is an open panel, but if you have already discussed the topic already, if not, I could sit back before I ask.
Oh, well, I was maybe after. It's actually an interview with this
Oh,
gentleman. It's an interview with him, but at the end, I was going to let you guys ask as many questions as you
let's
want.
talk sports with. Okay, so brother, what sports do you normally cover, Rich?
Um, I'm gonna do it in order: football,
Oh
hockey,
yeah.
baseball, basketball.
I might be able to deal with the basketball, the football.
Oh,
Well,
you missed
football.
my room. You missed my room Friday night, bro. It was lit. I put up who's the best player of all, who's the GOAT of the NBA.
I
It was lit.
mean, right now the GOAT. There's too much issue with LeBron with the GOAT argument. Because he moved bounced to too many teams. That's why a lot of people have their suspects about it. And I agree. But overall, he still accomplished what he accomplished, and that's what's going to go down history. The only thing that's going to solidify him is when he beats Wilt Chamberlain, not with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time points, which he will achieve in the next year and a half if he
Okay.
stays up.
Okay.
Right now he's already at 30.
Hey, by the
Well,
way, Chaos,
yes.
you do a great job on the breakdown platform, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's okay. I might come up sometimes. I mean, the women they those sometimes.
Nah, don't worry. I watched that show. I just watch it from the spectator seats and the bleachers.
All right. Respect, respect. All right, let me mute myself. Let y'all discuss, and then
I
anybody else.
appreciate you, man. Come by.
Yeah.
I'm
If anything, if you have if you're moderate on her channel, just have them drop your link of the channel. I will subscribe. If
I
anything.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. All
I'm
right,
ju-
Chaos. I'm gonna drop him off for a while, you guys. I just wanted to be him and us because I got a lot of questions. But I do appreciate you coming up, and I want you to stick around because later on I'm gonna allow you guys, if he's okay with it, to talk and ask as many questions as you want. So here we
Okay.
go. Okay, bro. Thank you. Uh, okay. All right. Okay, we can just go ahead and get started. The music
Hey.
doesn't matter. So you say you're from Bronx, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what made you decide to start your YouTube channel, and what made you decide to choose sports?
Well, I talked to somebody on YouTube, and he said, "Go with what you know best and just do it." So, what made me do it was when you listen to the radio, it's terrible now, boring. So I said, you know what? Let me get back to guys who I was buddies with in the chat room who care about it, and I just, listened to a mutual friend of ours, Jay Kuda. I bought the equipment he recommended, and this took off.
Okay,
Uh,
so how long have you had your channel?
a month, and I've done 50. I'm gonna do after I do this. I'm doing show number 58 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, the reason I'm doing this, not only because I'm so glad that we met, first of all. I was telling people
I
that
am
I
too.
met.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. We met on DJ Kuda's panel. If you guys don't know him, please check him out. He puts a lot of people on, and so I met him through DJ Kuda. And anyway, I started following him and listening to him, and he's very welcoming. Even though he does sports commentary, ladies, he still welcomes you all over there. And there's women over there, right, that talk about sports, that know a little bit about sports.
And did drop by and say hello, which I do
Oh,
appreciate.
yes. So how do you happen? Tell me some things about yourself. How do you know so much about sports? How did you get
Well,
involved?
no, it's cool. Well, when I was a little boy, my mom used to be was the sports fan of the family, so she would
Hmm.
make me sit down and watch the games with her and stuff, and I would pick up on stuff. And the first sport I really fell in love with was baseball. And I was 7 years old. And I came home from school one day, and the World Series was on. It used to be on the daytime back then, and I saw a great baseball player named Roberto Clemente make a catch, and he made a 360 spin and threw the ball all the way to third base from right field and threw the guy out. And I fell in love with it ever since.
Okay. You yourself, did you play sports? Like you were,
I played all the sports, but baseball was the one I played the best. It's the hardest sport to play, in my opinion, because I'm not good enough to hit a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, but you can imagine that coming at you. And you have to swing, but if you hit it right, it's going 450 feet,
yes.
no doubt.
Okay.
But I played
Um,
them all.
okay. you told me a little bit about your story, and we don't have enough time. I wish we did. We're going to definitely do this again. Do I have your word?
No problem.
But you were telling me how I hate to go from your childhood and your love of sports all the way to your adulthood, but somehow you've kind of your health started to fall off.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
definitely elaborate on that. Back on Mother's Day 2010, you know, put a quarter in the scales that has the, I guess it's the horoscope signs. I
Hmm.
put the quarter in and it said 305 pounds. I took a triple take. I said, let me put another quarter in. This can't be right. And it was 305 pounds again. So I used my friend's treadmill because his treadmill and his elliptical machine.
Hmm.
And the story behind that was his ex-wife caught him cheating. So she threw all of his stuff out 6-story window.
Oh my gosh.
So he called me up. He said, "Hey, you gotta take this from me, man. I don't want her to throw this out. I just got this machine." So I came over to his house and I took it and I took it home. And when I found out that Sunday, that Mother's Day, that um, I was 305 pounds, I just kept looking at the machine, looking at the machine. I said, beginning tomorrow, we're going to be best friends. I lost 145 pounds in 10 months. And
Wow.
like, I was like, okay, I'm going to start buying some new clothes. I'm going to start going out more. And
Hmm.
then uh, I, I got the phone call the night before St. Patrick's Day, 2011. I
Uh-huh.
was at dinner with a buddy of mine, and my doctor called me, told me that I was dying. So, yeah, next day I went to the clinic, and they put me on a dialysis machine. I've been there ever since. Last almost 10 years now.
Well,
It'll be
first of
10
all,
years in March.
I'm just so proud of you. You know, I have trouble losing 8 to 10 pounds, let alone 100 and something pounds as fast as you did. And it just goes to show you. I hate to be all sappy, but it goes to show you. They were going to throw that machine away, and that became, in a way, your not your blessing, because you were your blessing. You decided to get up and get moving and do what you had to do, but it became a tool
Yeah,
that you using.
became my
So
friend.
exactly. I just find that just even that part of your story so interesting and fabulous. Do you know how many people would love to know that journey? People who struggle with weight and struggle with health. I not so much weight, but definitely health. My whole life, I've had health issues. Um, that's why I go so hard for healthy eating and things like that. But do you want to elaborate any more on what you did to lose that weight, and
Yeah,
what are you
sure.
still?
I did a lot of cardio, and I used to walk like 2.5 miles a day.
How did you? Well, you told us that you said the doctor said that you were going to die. That motivation enough, but I guess sometimes we fight through battles. I don't know as a man, but I know as a woman, it's I don't walking something that simple. We're thinking that people are judging us. Our size, how we look. How did you get through all that and said, you know what, I'm going to do what I have to do, even if I have to do it every day by myself?
Um, I think it was a shock to me because I just kept doing it, and then the next thing you know, um, I realized I was a lot smaller than where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, and I'm like saying to myself, well, let me just keep doing this, see what happens. And then when a friend of mine, the one we went to dinner with, we went shopping. And when I started buying clothes off the rack, I knew I did something right, finally.
Right.
I went from a size 56 pants to a size 38.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I did something I never thought in my wildest dreams I can do.
And you did
And the
it.
funny part was, that was eerie, was I used to look in the mirror when I was obese. And I used to say, I imagine how I would look if I lost the weight. And ironically enough, the first time I got to from 305 to 159.8,
Mhm.
I said, boy, I look pretty damn good.
I know that's right, honey.
I
Oh
knew
my gosh.
I knew something was different because when I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, I have nurses wanting to take care of me.
Yes.
Which I think if I was 300 pounds, that wouldn't have happened.
Let's
But
talk about.
they
Oh, go
take
ahead.
care of me. No, they're saying they wanted to take care of me. I knew things were different.
You, first of all, from the moment I met you, from the moment we talked, and yes, I'm going to make this a love story. But from the moment I met you and we spoke, I said, I like him. But it wasn't just like I like him. I felt you. You know what I mean? So okay, let me get back to it. But I just had to let you know. I don't think people realize that I'm definitely a type of person that goes off of feelings
I am too.
and vibes. And I had the most amazing vibe coming from you.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
yes. Anyway, let's talk about that because you mentioned that the other day when I was on your channel. You talked about how basically you didn't use the word invisible, but basically you were the nice guy that was overweight and you felt like the women did not give you attention. Do you have any type of advice for men that might be going through that, or for people that are going through that, feeling invisible, feeling like
Yeah. For a man or a woman, when you meet someone that you find interesting, fascinating, just be yourself.
amen?
Because one thing I learned was I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and one of the discussions I had with used to be my boys is that all of them told me to date out, and they
Oh,
all and they all date out.
mhm, mhm.
So I sat in the bed. Everybody left. It was a dark room. I'm just chilling, and I was thinking about it. Then when the nurse came in, I said, "There is no way I'm leaving my black women."
She had it like that, huh? She had a bit.
Ha-
She was that
No,
fine,
this
huh?
not the. It just wasn't her. It's what I saw all my life before I lost my weight.
Hmm.
So I said, I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna go.
Yes.
And that disappointed a lot of guys. But I decided to stay.
Well, I have spoke on that a little on this channel before.
Hmm?
I talk a lot about the Black community and us coming together and supporting one another. And I know it sounds like rainbows and fluff, but I honestly believe that we can do this. I believe we need to do this because the fact of it is that we're looking for something outside of us that we've never given to one another. So my thing is, how can you give something to someone else that you have yet to give to yourself? We haven't really shown the love to one another. And that's my thing. You're looking for something uh, outside of yourself. When I say outside of yourself, you know, but
Yeah, I know what you're
it's
saying.
like, to me, when I look at people that are just doing that, and see, it's all about your reasoning. Me personally, to each his own. Live your life, yada yada yada. You have one life to live, honey. Live it. However, if your reasoning is strictly to get away from yourself, is strictly to get away from people who look like you, is strictly to get away from something that you're running from, it's not gonna help you. It's
I agree with that.
the issues you have will be there.
I said this to you the other day. You was up in my room. We was talking about that. I think a little yesterday. Um, in my opinion, I think a lot of sisters miss the boat on a lot of good brothers. Because the one thing I've come to realize is that black men, for the most part, they love black women,
Hmm.
but it's not the other way around.
It's not true, Mace.
I
Why
do
would?
believe that.
Well, I don't believe it, and I'm a black woman. I don't know how we got on this, but I will go anywhere you want me to go. I'm willing to go there with you because I'm just so glad
No,
that you're
it's
here.
okay. I just feel that when you look at these swirling channels
Mm-hmm.
and all these romantic books, it's all, I would say 98% of it is how a black woman could get a white man.
Well, I will say this to you because I'll tell you this about myself. When I first started doing YouTube and I came across
Hmm.
a lot of videos, negative this about black women and negative that about black men, I decided, I made a conscious decision that I was going to monitor the type of things that I watched. And so basically, yes, those things are out there, but I don't allow it to fill my head up. I don't allow it to cloud my thinking and my judgment. I am surrounded by beautiful black people all the time, my family,
Good for you.
and yeah, and my friends. And so all I'm saying is we've got to social life, internet life is completely different. These things that these people say on here is completely different than than the life I experienced. Don't you feel that way?
Uh, I don't go to those channels because I don't care to. But from
Hmm.
everything I hear, I think in this century, I'm gonna say the first 16, 17 years, black women's held the upper hand, and black men were downtrodden. But now that black men have a place to express themselves and let the other side know how they feel and everything, I think it's taken some black women aback because they're so used to this treating black men, especially the black men that are what they call educated lame. They take the beating more than anybody else. Oh my God, they take the beat.
Yes. So we're going to get into it, but you did mention some of the people out here on these spaces. Um, I have dragged Crystal Swirls by her edges, honey. I have ripped her edges out. She no longer has any edges to apply her to apply her lace front. So some of us are fighting against this because we know the foolishness is out there. It is definitely out there, and I know what you're saying.
Oh,
But
I
I just,
see it here every day in New
yeah.
York.
Oh,
It's like wildfire.
well, I'm down in the South and I see it, but I don't know. I just decided. I decided within myself that I'm not going to my worth is not going to be dependent on what anybody else out there is doing. As long as you have somebody that loves you and appreciates you, I could give a damn about a black man that don't want me. I want the ones that want me. And
Good
trust
for
me,
you.
there are sisters that want you. There are sisters that don't want nothing than the smell of black man's drawers. Okay. There are black
We
women
don't
that
know.
love black men. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
Oh,
and I'm one of them. So just
good
trust
for
me.
you.
Yeah, there. I don't know about smelling the draws, but we do love y'all. We love y'all chocolate asses. Okay.
Yeah, I just know that um, from what I've come across, what I've seen, I'll give you an example. My nephew is 29 years old and he started his own business. But he told me a week and a half ago that half of his old buddies that he went to school with, they left the country. They ain't coming back
Yes.
because because they feel they can't get a black woman here, so
Let's
they
do.
went somewhere else.
Yes. Let's deal with it. Let's deal with. Let's because this is obviously. I believe listening to you talk. I believe that the struggle that you went through with your weight and your health. And you talked about this a little bit when I was on your channel about how you felt that black women treated you because it was like they did not even see you as a potential dating option. Do you think that could have done something to make you feel to kind of put a filter on your lenses? Maybe there was a black woman that liked you the whole time and you just didn't even realize it, or you know what I mean?
Uh, with me, I think to be honest with you,
Yes.
when I first started dating, uh, I met someone
Ooh.
that was I thought. I mean, guys, where I used to live used to turn their heads when me and her used to walk down the street together.
Ooh, do tell.
But she did something that broke my heart.
What'd she do, sweetheart?
When when me and her used to be alone,
Mhm.
she would tell me like, you're the nicest, you're the sweetest, you're so handsome. I can't believe I'm with you. And I used to look at her like, why would you say that? And then I used to look at her sometimes, and she would be like hiding something. So I thought she had another dude, but to me it was worse. She told me I have to see you one day, and like where she lived,
Don't make me
they
cry now. Don't make me cry up in
they
here,
used to
y'all.
they were female cops there, and they used to see us together a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I saw her, she had 5 kids, and I'm like, "What? You babysitting today?" And she said, "No, these are my kids." I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
And that broke your heart?
Oh yeah, because she should have told me.
Oh, so okay, so you haven't how long have you been dating before that happened?
4 months.
And she never told you she had children?
No,
Maybe, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses because I think you should be upfront. I'm one of those type of people put it all on the table, honey. Let,
exactly. That's what I
but
wanted from her.
maybe she was afraid that. Did you ever say that you didn't want kids, that you didn't like kids? Maybe she was afraid to tell you.
No, I think what really, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I must
Well,
say,
I don't.
I
Let me tell
think
you.
she loved my swag.
You got some swag, honey. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
she
sir.
really loved my swag
You.
because when I used to go pick her up, or really when she used to come to my house every morning, I used to tell her, "Hey, I want you at my house at 11 o'clock every morning. I'll be coming out of the shower from
Ooh.
taking a nap from coming from work." I used to look out my window and her car be pulling up at 10:55. I'm like, oh, let me go run downstairs and go get her and bring her upstairs, and we'll chill till she has to go to work at first. She's an interior decorator,
Oh, okay.
and I couldn't believe, you know, of course, being I'm not narcissistic, but I couldn't believe I was someone that beautiful. I was with her, and I used to say in my mind, this is going to work. I don't care. It's going to work. And
Mhm.
it felt like it was working,
So what
especially,
happened? Oh, sorry.
especially the way she used to compliment me all the time. And but when she had those 5 kids, I'm like, oh God, they should have told me.
Now, how old were you when you got to give me the details, honey? How old were you when all this was going on?
I had to be like 43, and
Okay, so
she was 38.
I'm when you said that she broke your heart, I thought she did something. That's why you broke up with her,
Oh,
Mace,
don't lie to
because
me
she had
like that.
children.
Don't lie to me like that, because
Yeah, yeah,
the way it wasn't like I was. How can I say this? She was more excited being with me than what I'm saying. But it was mutual. But she was really into me. I mean, she introduced me to her crew of friends, and that day was the first time I had a custom made suit made, so I wore it for her, so her friends could see me looking all dapper. And her friends were going crazy, saying, "Hey, you hit a grand slam with this dude." Blah blah blah. And she was all happy and giddy. And I'm like, "Hey, we're good. Don't worry about me. We're good. I'm doing me. You know, I'm taking care of what I gotta take care of. We'll be good." I said, "You believe me?"
Mhm.
I said, "Do you trust me?" She said, "I trust you with my life." I said, "Okay." That was it. And I would go home. She would go to work. But never in my wildest dreams, I didn't know she had 5 kids, especially 4 toddlers.
So she had little babies. So
Yeah.
you left her. You just stopped calling her. What you do?
Walked away. I said, I can't do this, girl. I said, I can't be daddy for 5 kids if it ain't mine. I'm sorry. You
Hmm.
should have told me.
No,
Even the police women agreed. They said
no,
she lied to you. She broke your heart. They were saying we could look in your face and tell your heart's broken. I said, yeah, I can't be daddy to 5 kids. I don't have kids of my own. Well, my nephews are my sons, really. They like my
hmm.
sons, but you know, I couldn't do it.
I agree. She should have told you up front, but I'm gonna sound all rosy again. I do know blended families that work, but it really is up to the person. You know what you want. If that's not what you want, I will tell anybody this: go for what you want. Do you have one life to live? I don't, I don't believe in hurting people in the process, but you do have to live your life. So if you didn't want, if you can deal with all those kids, what you can handle and what you can't. So I do not fault you for that, but I don't fault her either. I mean, I fault her for not telling me the truth up front, but she has kids. She has kids.
You know,
So
if she would have one little kid,
hmm.
I would have just said, okay, fine, don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
5?
I mean, that's a lot. It is a lot. So, okay, Mace, we got a good story background on you. But I want people to see the person that I saw when I met you, that sweet, kind, considerate gentleman. So I want you to kind of take the floor and tell everybody about your channel. Yes, you talk about sports, but what else? What is your purpose as far as your channel? What's your goal? What are you trying to help people do?
My goal is to make true sports fans happy by giving them what they want. But the compliments I've been getting from a lot of people is they love the way that I'm very versatile in topics. I mean, look what happened yesterday. I tried to do a pregame show, and it became a battle royal. And that's no knock, baby. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying that people enjoyed that. Believe it or not, they did.
Well, a lot of people, let's give them some background, Mace. A lot of people don't know. I came over to your channel. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? It was yesterday.
You came yesterday and Thursday.
Okay, so I have stopped by a couple of times, and me and you always have good convo. Like I say, our vibes, we click, we get along just fine. And but I will say, unfortunately, in a lot of these spaces, a lot of the people are used to just men sticking with the men and women sticking with the women. I am not one of those people. I believe in us having discussions
You
together.
believe in unisex. There you go.
That's right. That's right. But your space being that it is mostly sports commentary, men love sports, so usually most of the time it's a bunch of men, and I think that threw off a few of your subscribers because like, who is this heifer up here? And
Well, that's part of it. But to be honest with you, they loved it. I'm telling you. Look how many women came to your defense yesterday.
Topaz, yes, my
Yeah,
sister.
and I forgot the other one. They came
There
in
was another
your
one.
they came in your defense yesterday. Yes, but
Oh,
I just, stood there, and that's why Topaz said what she said to me because she knew I had your back yesterday.
oh yes. So let me, for those of you who missed it. First of all, I'm doing this because I want this brother to grow. He is going to grow. I already know this because he's just amazing. When you walk into his chat room, it's not like I've been to a lot of different chats. I go to a lot of different lives, and sometimes I mean, I realize the more subscribers you got, the harder it is to acknowledge people, but he acknowledges everybody that comes into his chat room. He's always joyful. It makes a difference. It makes you feel like you're welcome there. He opens his panel up.
Oh
You
yeah.
talk. Yeah, I mean, he is just so welcoming, and I want to see him grow. He deserves to grow. When this live is over, I'm going to add your link to your channel.
I
But
appreciate
his
that.
channel is, oh, of course, his channel is his name. It's Mace. How do you say your
The
last name?
Mace
Taggart.
Taggart experience, the athletic
Yeah,
experience. Yeah,
Mace Taggart. And I will put it in the chat, y'all. Or somebody,
I
if you don't
appreciate
mind,
it.
if you get some time, put his link in the chat, please, for me. But basically, I got into a shouting match with one of his peoples that frequents his panel and his channel. And
He
I
comes once
don't
in a blue
often do
moon.
that. but I have done it before. A lot of people don't know this. They will learn. I have a bit of a temper. I don't like foolishness.
Oh, you saw
Um,
that? We saw that yesterday.
but I just don't like foolishness. There's no need for us to go around attacking each other. We're not
I
all going
agree
to
with
have such.
that.
I no, he didn't curse me, but listen, when you start pointing the finger and saying, "Oh, it's all black women's fault," or "Oh, it's all black men's fault," you're pointing the finger. You're pulling that trigger, honey, and I just can't let you do it.
Let me say something about him. And I'm not talking behind his back. I'm gonna
I know.
compliment him. He's a hell of a brother. That I think. How can I say this? He is the type of person that I think it hurts him that the black community is fractured, and he's a big advocate of it being fractured. And I think sometimes reality sets in. You have to really wonder: do you want to stay with us or do you want to leave us? You
He's
know,
hurt.
and
Mm.
I and I know I'm gonna get a lot of people saying, "Why?" I agree that if you are successful, leave. I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way, and it's gonna come back to the women again. Unfortunately, I
Okay.
know there's guys out here, ladies who are in the audience, that are f ups, no question about it. Well, I'm gonna say this again. I told this to this beautiful lady I'm talking to right now. You ladies are missing out on a lot of good, kind-hearted brothers out here. And it's getting to the point, and I'm being honest with this, it's becoming a travesty. Because to me, this beautiful woman right here who I'm talking to right here, this is the type of woman that every brother should be rocking down the street. Okay? Why would you want? I'll give you an example. Have you seen Puffy Combs' new woman?
I think I have. She's 18 and thin.
What the heck? With
She's a
all the,
baby.
oh my, this, oh, tattoos over her body? You wouldn't catch me dead with something like that.
But I understand what you're saying, but I totally get what you're saying. But I have said this before. We cannot mimic these people, these wealthy people,
I agree.
because they're just we can't. They're not role models. I've talked about Little Wayne. I've talked about all these people. These people, the girl I was talking about last night,
Hmm.
Sukiana, they have sold, and I'm not even talking about because of who he's dating. I'm just talking about the lifestyle. Is nothing
Yes,
to
I
be
agree.
for us to look up to, hun. But there is something that you did just say. Oh God, I lost it. But go ahead and finish talking.
No, no, I just said before, if you want me to go back a little bit what I said that more brothers and sisters should be dating or mating and bringing more beautiful black children in the world and going the other way. I just don't get the
Oh,
infatuation of having a light skinned kid with curly hair. I don't get it.
oh gosh, I have done so much research and I've talked about this so much till I'm black and blue. It is a history with our people. And we all know
Sadly.
about it. It's a
Yeah.
history. It goes way back in the day between indoor slaves and outdoor slaves, and who was closer to master had the good hair, what closer to white was closer to right, honey. And so it's unfortunate still in 2020 that some of us have this mentality. And then with some of us, I do honestly believe that some of us just don't even think that deeply. It's not that way for them because they don't even think that deeply. They don't really understand. Um, a lot of young folks don't really understand how far it goes back, how deep it is. I'm down here in the South, and so I understand.
Oh, here it's like wildfire, and up here, and you know, how can I say this? Um, I just think I feel bad for a lot of good of us because I think because of the way our society is, that everybody steps on us and everything, everybody treats us like the downtrodden. That it's unfortunate that there, I think Kevin Samuel said this 54%, I think it's 52 to 54% of black men 18 to 65, like myself, don't have kids.
Oh, wow.
And that's alarming. I mean, I see it here, right? Like I told you the other day, I said
Mhm.
that if you want single black men, ladies, that's doing something for themselves, come to New York. They're here.
I will say
Nobody,
that
nobody's with us.
that's what I wanted to speak on. Oh God, I'm not going to get to talking about Kevin Samuels, but I take it. Are you a fan of
Yeah.
the
He
man
was
in the
one of the first.
suit?
He was one of the first. I'm not into that. What they call that man again?
High value.
Yeah, I'm not into that. No, I had a topic show a couple of weeks ago, and guys were patting me on the back, and I said to them, "What makes a man?"
You want to know
And
what's? Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead, baby. No,
I
go
was going to
ahead.
say it's so funny to me when people go around throwing labels because I literally work and am around constantly what I guess some of these men would consider high value men, and they never go around saying I'm a high value man. They literally have doctorates, they literally are lawyers, they literally have degrees off the ass, and they never have that type of attitude. So it's really funny. Just like the whole, and I don't want to take the conversation away, but just like the whole submission thing. Men who get
Oh,
submission
okay. You can talk about that, by the way. I never talked about that. Yeah.
never have to say, baby, submit to me, baby, cook me those, make up this bed, please. No, it's just done. And so when you have to go around saying things like that, you kind of make yourself look suspect. That's all I'm saying. But go
Um,
ahead.
I'll say this. Um, I'll say this. About the high value crap. Uh, to me, what makes a man is handling your own business, taking care of your own responsibilities, doing you, and staying to your purpose. That's to me makes a high value man. It's not money, you
It's
know.
not. It's
Unfortunately, um, a lot of these women out here, uh, he makes a good point that the women care more about the money than the human being that they are getting involved with. And I totally agree with that, sadly. And I think, again, and I was talking about this last night, they asked me last night, why do a lot of sisters worship the man? And I was telling them a story that a woman was telling me right when right about the time I first lost my weight, that they build, we don't. That's why let's just use the word submit. Submit. She submits to them and look at us as basically nothing. And she
and
told me that.
I want to say this to you.
Mhm.
It's important because I've been told things too, but I never believed them, and I never took it in, whether a black person
Mhm.
told it to me or not. I always knew who I was, and I always understood who my people were. She's one black woman who obviously has a mental condition. We have a lady, and I just told you about Crystal Swirls out here calling
Mhm.
people monkeys and all kinds of things. That woman has a mental condition. So we can't, I don't want you to absorb all that negativity. You've got to know that you are loved by your women. Um, we are marching for you. Like we are in your corner. I don't know what else. I don't know how else I mean, literally, whenever I walk into spaces, there's always, I can see it. I don't know how you guys don't see it. I always see black women, even when they're oftentimes not welcome, they're always around.
On the
Let me tell you,
manosphere?
they're always around. And let me tell you something. The only way people stay around is when they care, is when they're interested in something. If they weren't interested in something, they wouldn't stick around. So keep that in mind.
Um, I think
Yes,
I think one of the main reasons why there are certain black women in spaces is because they're curious. What's up, Fred Ward? What's up, my boy? They're curious to see uh, how we think, how we tick. And I think the mistake a lot of brothers make is that when they play themselves too. Like we talk about black, we and you talk about this a little bit the other day with sisters twerking and doing that crazy stuff. Well, black men play themselves too by assaulting black women, cursing them out for no, don't even let them get their words out, and that's bad too. And I think that what you gotta do, and I'll say this again, you go get what you want, but be yourself. Don't be
absolutely.
somebody you're not. And don't be one of these guys that or women that you will act one way with the person you're with when you first meet them, but once you start being together, you're a whole totally different person. Don't do that. Just stay who you are, and nice things will work out for you. That's what I believe.
Yes, you have to be yourself. I want to read a comment. There's lots of comments, you guys. I know you don't have long because you guys, he does his show and he does it
I
all
got as
day.
much time as you need. Guys will wait. I'm going to 2, 3 in the morning, so guys can wait a
Ooh.
little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a chance to get over there, but I also want to give the people a chance.
Eh,
If you don't mind taking questions, I'm gonna let them have questions for you and maybe have an open discussion. I believe most of the people if you guys have not subscribed to him, please make sure by the time this live is over that you're subscribed. I would love to see at least 10 new subscribers over to him.
I
Um,
appreciate that. Thank you, darling. And I will do the same
so
for you, as I always do.
Oh, thank you. But okay, so let me read Third Word's comment. I think we saw it. It says, "When will people learn the money, the success, and materialism are just a byproduct of a man and his dedication, determination, and discipline to become successful? The man behind the success is more."
Facts. Totally correct.
Yes.
Right. And that's a good man right there, too. By the way, just for you, Fred Ward, I'm going to do it. Go out and support the fourth quarter. Excellent show with himself, Kenny Conjo, Big Duke, Brandon Elm, and
Topaz.
that's right, the beautiful Miss Topaz. Every Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern. I have to do the Midwest because most of them live in the Midwest. 2 o'clock in the Midwest, 1 o'clock Mountain, 12 noon out in the West Coast. It's a great show. I catch the last half an hour because I'm doing my first show of Saturdays. So when I'm done, I go over there and listen to what they have to say.
Mace, can you do me a favor? The beautiful queen of attraction, by the way, welcome all of you guys. Welcome, Books from Moses, all of y'all, Kenny Conjo third, all y'all for coming.
Mace Taggart, sweetheart.
How do
The
you
Mace
spell your
Taggart
last?
Experience.
It's T
T
A
A G G T A G G A R T.
A R T. Okay, see, I can't spell.
That's all right,
um,
sweetie.
yeah, Queen of Attraction is going to pick you up.
Thank you, darling.
Yes. Let me see. Books from Moses have a question. It says, "How many years should you date a woman before you marry her?" Is that for him?
I'm not buying what some people say. 6 months. I think that's crazy.
I
I'll
got
go
married
to.
in 6 months.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, my first
Oh,
marriage.
that guy's lucky. Oh, he was lucky. I'm gonna say 2 to 3 years because you want to get to know her and know the ins and outs of each other before you make that commitment. Because how can I say this? If you truly, I'll talk in our language. If you truly feeling her, bro, or vice versa, she's feeling you that much. Take 2 years and then just do it. I mean, I knew a guy that he was with his girlfriend since we were in the seventh grade,
Hmm.
and it took them like 10, 15 years to get married. But the
Oh,
beautiful thing about them was they knew each other so well that they were like living together.
It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
marriage is a business. I agree with that, unfortunately.
I'm a read Queen of Attract. She said marriage is a business, so people need to know each other before marriage.
Mm-hmm. She's
Plus, due
right.
to political scandal, people get married for many reasons, and I understand why. Yes, that's true. There's all different types of
Yeah,
reasons
very
why.
true.
Mhm. It's always weird to me how people are together for like years and years and years, and then after like 1 year of marriage, they divorce, and I'm like, what sense does that make?
I agree with that, by the way. I really do. I mean, to hear
Ladies,
the African American divorce rate by the women, there's 80% the women
and,
divorce the men.
and
It's,
that
I don't know.
you, I think my son. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna go on mute for a second.
No, take your time. While she's taking care of that, I want to thank all the beautiful people in her audience. Thank you for having me. I'm really having a good time with this beautiful black queen interviewing me, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm sorry about my look tonight, ladies. Tomorrow, this will all be going. Just in my house right now. I got this big, spacious two-bedroom apartment. I live alone, and it is freezing cold in here. They did not put the heat up. That's why I'm wearing a hat. But I want to thank all the good people in the audience. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. She does a great job.
Sorry, you guys. Oh,
It was
sorry.
okay. I was just thanking your audience for being here.
Oh, yes, we have an awesome audience. I think a lot of them know you already. Let me go through and see what I missed. My son just came home. Y'all, today's his birthday. Can y'all believe he's 20? I have a 20-year-old,
Oh,
y'all.
congratulations to him. Hey,
Yes,
can you
yes.
do me a favor? Can you put Kenny Conjo back up for a second?
Yeah, yeah, this one. Okay.
There you go. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Uh-huh. I'm just going through, and then I'm gonna, if they want to talk to you, I'm gonna go ahead and let them talk to you. It says you don't know who anyone really is until you catch a body with them. But
That
outside,
means you do what you gotta do with them. You know what I mean? Bedroom stuff.
oh,
That's
God,
what
I'm
catch a
old.
body means.
I'm old. Thank you for schooling me.
We both are, but I know the lingo a little bit. I got a nephew their age, so
Yeah, I'm like, catch a body. Okay, okay. So, but outside of that extreme disposition, I'm sure there are mutual objectives that can be catered to and built upon. Yes,
you
because
know
let
what?
me.
I want to answer. I want to say something about that.
Uh
Yeah, I want to say something about that. What he just, uh, this person just said.
huh.
If that was more true, I think he makes a good point. But if that was true more, we would have more black on black relationships. Trust me. That last part, especially the part about I'm sure there are mutual objectives that we can cater to and build upon. If that was really going on, you will see more black and black relationships.
Now,
I'm dead
wait a minute.
serious.
So, Mace, let me ask you something. If you
Mhm.
believe that, so are you saying there's no hope for black relationships, for black love? There is. I think that there's a lot more black love than we are told about. I follow people like Walter, Water Sniper, and people who are constantly posting about black love. I really believe it's what you expose yourself to. But are you saying that there's no hope for black love?
I hate to say this, no.
Oh, my
And the
poor
reason
sweet.
and the
Mm-hmm.
reason is because again, I know I keep pointing the finger at the women, but I always told this to my nephews when they were becoming young men. Between the ages of 16 and 34, the woman controls everything because she has what most men want. We know what that is. But once you get over 34 years old and you got your money straight and you making money, you control everything. The question is, as a man, do you want the woman your age or do you want to go for little girls? And scary enough, a lot of guys who got money now, they're going for little girls. no matter
Well,
what race they are. They're going for 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and they're 40 years old and above.
absolutely. You touched on a lot. Let's go to the first part of what you said. You said that oh God, see, you got to take it slow with me, honey. What was the first part of what you said? Because it stuck in my mind.
About oh, okay, I'll repeat it. I said between the ages of 16 and 34.
Before the age, you were talking about that the men are, God. It just basically I've heard that before, but I'm trying to think because I had a response to it. Um,
I mean, the men that want little girls.
before the age, before you started talking about the age, you made a comment. It'll come back to me. Well,
Okay.
I could tell you right now why that is. Why men choose a lot of times they choose younger women because older women. Let's face it, older people. We are more set in our ways. We're more grounded. You're not going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to swing us all over the world, and we're gonna go for it. It's if you get a younger woman, she's gonna go for some shit that an older woman would not. By the time you get my age, you ain't got time for the bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
By the time you get my age, you usually have a lot of your own. So you don't necessarily per se, and that's what it was. That's what it was. You was talking about how women have the power. We gonna get back to that because I do not feel like women have power. I'm saying that.
Really?
Yes, but but the age is all about being able to control the situation. I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
a
what I was
lot of
saying. Yeah.
men that choose younger women, they have an issue with control. They've never been able to control a woman their own age, and so they go for the easier prey.
Yeah, most of the guys I was telling you about earlier who in the hospital room,
Mm-hmm.
all and they're not all black. There's Latinos in our mix and white guys in our mix. They all date little girls under 25. All of them.
Right, and they're all older.
Yeah. They're in their early 50s, yes.
What do you think that does to the options of the younger men that want a girl that they're their own age? But all these
Uh,
old men are giving them that penis, honey. What do you think?
this is where that's a great question. This is where I come in. Uh, I prefer women 40 and above,
Hmm.
and the reason is we can talk about grown things like grown people. And to answer your question, there's a lot of grown women that will just love to throw themselves to young men. We know why. Let's not kid ourselves.
Hmm.
Especially if the young guy got it, which is the look. These women be throwing themselves at young men like crazy.
Do you think it's that? Well, I do know because I was watching a show the other day. There's some show I can't. It's called Cougars or something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't judge me, okay? But I was
Don't worry
watching
about
it.
it.
I was watching it. It was like these older women chasing after these. I mean, they were old, like gray hair wig, George
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson wig wearing women, and I thought it was pretty fabulous. But anyway, but then there were also men that had this weird fetish, had this weird attraction to these older. They didn't want nothing young, honey. If she was too young, they was throwing her back in the sea. They wanted her old. That's what they wanted.
Well, I was told by a woman in her 40s back then
Uh-huh.
that the main reason why she preferred young men is because she could teach them things, teach them uh, how to be a grown man and how to handle grown women and responsibility. That was she told
Mhm.
me, and I said, okay, hey, I'm always by myself, you know.
And I'm gonna be honest. To be honest, to each, like I said, everybody's so different. Because I know for me, I don't want to teach. I don't want to have to teach nobody nothing. I want you to already come to the table knowing certain things. I'm not your mother. Like, see, I don't know who you talking to, Mace. Maybe me and you need to talk. Because I'm not your mother. I don't want another child to have to nurse. I just don't, and I can't even imagine another woman wanting those type of issues. Um, but I want to go back to what you said earlier when you were saying that women have the power. Is that what you said? Is that what you meant?
Yeah,
Is
when
that
they're
what?
young, but it changes once they get over 32, 34 years old. It changes dramatically.
Oh, so the power of meaning her sex.
Not only the sex, this everything. Because the one thing, especially in our community, the black community, a lot of women like to brag, I got my PhD, I got this and that. But when they run into a guy that's doing him, I think sometimes not sometimes, I think a lot of the time black women are intimidated because that's a guy they can't control. They can whip around, dog him, call him all type of names. And when the guy is doing himself, he's gonna look at her and go, "You're joking, right? I got money to make." I have a friend of mine just recently. He was seeing someone, and the woman couldn't believe that he had not only his own business, but he had his own car. He's doing him. He was wearing nice suits every day. She couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "No, it's not happening. That's not true. They don't have." She used the N word that are successful, and we all looked at her like she was crazy. We
Uh-huh.
all look at her like, what do you think we are? What do you think we did with our lives, honey? We hung out in the street corner, drinking 40 ounces? Come on, girl.
I wanna read some of the comments here.
I'm reading
Okay.
them too while you popping them up.
Okay, this one is by Chef Aurel Young. He says that I married my best friend at 23, so you were young too. And it became her and I versus the world.
That's the way
Absolutely.
it should
You,
be.
yeah, I got married young, but my husband was older than me. But invest in our business and our business alone. Let everyone
Good
else
man.
face demise at their own volition. Yes, I've said it before. You've got to live your own life. You got to make decisions for yourself. And there's no cookie cutter recipe, honestly, for a healthy relationship. My grandparents, they were married very young and they lasted, but things were different back then.
Yeah, ain't the same
But
with your grandparents and my mom. Ain't the same.
hmm I think people give up on marriage way too soon, but that's a whole nother thing. Never married, no children, and my choice totally. I understand, Queen of Attraction, but you're still a young lady, so you've got time. Uh, and intimidation goes both. That's true. It goes both ways. That's not a gender problem. That's a problem with the individual themselves, regardless of the gender. I agree with that because I've met
She's
people
right.
that yeah, that's. Remember, I told you the story about how the guy didn't want to
Yeah.
talk to me because, yeah,
Yeah, you told me that
for
story
whatever reason.
yesterday before the fireworks. Yeah, I remember that story. And I was
Um,
like, when you told me that story, I'm like, then he realizes that he cursed you out and did that to you, and then he wanted to apologize and want to
he
make
did,
up because he was a fool because that's something he let go away. Dude,
yeah.
come on, man. Can't be doing
Well,
that.
I was grateful that he did apologize because I didn't even expect that. It was so bad. And like I said, I think he was really just embarrassed. So, Zero says, Zero the Infinite, welcome. She said it's not true, like Skywalker when he
Skywalker,
found
he
out
found out
that
that Vader was his father.
Zero is hilarious.
Zero the Infinite, that's a good one, bro.
He is a mess.
Oh,
That was
wow.
funny. Um, do you guys, if you guys want to come up, I'm okay with the what we've talked about so far. I'm really good with it. Did you want to address anything else that happened on your panel yesterday? I feel like we have.
No, I
Um,
think we did enough. Don't I'm not giving those people credit. They're not here.
yes, yes. I was hoping, honestly, I was hoping when I put your name in the title that they would swing by, and and see. They might have. Maybe they were in the clouds, looking, watching. Maybe some of them.
Well, I'll say this for you, and I'm gonna
Okay.
say it again. I felt bad. I felt hurt yesterday that that happened.
Don't. Oh my
No,
God, for
because
what?
and then I have guys telling me, "Oh, you're gonna get a lot of viewers and subscribers after this, man. Your show is lit." I'm looking at these guys like, really? I don't get too many women I talk to.
Mhm.
So when I do, like your gorgeous self, I make sure I cherish every minute I have.
Well, you're gonna get. Let me tell you something. Once the women realize how sweet you are, they are gonna come flocking because there's not a whole lot of I haven't found a whole lot of nice guys in this space that are willing to actually that are actually willing to let a woman have her opinion and let a woman voice her opinion without
I,
demeaning her. Or that's one reason, I'm being honest. That's why I can't stomach Kevin Samuels, because I see the way that he treats women. And I don't understand why they go over there. Somebody make it make sense.
because I will say this, and I will clean this up for you.
Okay.
Those are over 30 women that be nice about this.
Okay.
Party too hard in their young lives in their 20s and now wake up every day and they realize that their attitudes have turned every guy off, no matter what nationality they are. And Kevin Samuels is only going to stick up for black men.
Yeah, that's the
He's
only
not
thing.
going to stick up for white guys or Arabian guys. He's not doing that.
My thing is, how long is it going to take for? Where are he getting these women? Because the women in these spaces know it already. I don't understand how he's even getting these women to agree to come on his show. At this point, the word should be out. Women, do not go on Kevin Samuel's show.
I think there's a lot of women in corporate America, work offices that had the attitude what I was talking about earlier with you.
Hmm.
That every night they were out with their girls, clubbing, partying. But now that, let's just say, some of their friends got kids and have moved on, they're left behind. I remember I was dating, well, I would have dated this woman that she was in the advertising business.
Oh.
And one of the cries she would cry to me on my shoulder was that she don't have no man, that she used to go on these girl trips, and she loved what they call Pookie and Ray Ray. She loved the fucks. She told me that. She loved the fucks. And she was one of these girls from the suburbs, and she dated fugs, but she realized that you can't take those guys to your dinner parties.
Hmm.
And she thought that me and her could click. But
Hmm.
then I said that to her. I said, how you gonna take me to one of your advertising dinner parties? I don't fit in. And I think sometimes, and this is unfortunate, and I mean this, and it's nothing against a lot of you sisters out here who are educated, who work in the corporate world, got your own businesses. This is why I said to you earlier, don't dismiss educated lame. Because that type of brother, you could take places. He's intelligent. He's eloquent. He got his own. He's doing his own. You know, you want to take Babyface and QQ to the party. How he gonna fit? You're buying him suit to fit in, but when he comes out of his mouth, he sounds dumb.
Can I
You know what I'm
say
saying?
something? Yes, I do. Can I say something about that educated lame argument?
Hmm.
There are educated lames that are assholes. Not all of them. I think I've met
I
quite a
agree with
few
that.
that are nice. But what I'm saying is these titles have got to stop. We got to stop with these titles. You can look at somebody and say, "Oh, they're a thug," but that person, I have a certain way about me. I dress some way sometimes that some people might think is inappropriate, but then I know how to turn up.
Don't get me started with that.
I know how to turn up and show out when I need to. I know how to put the heels on and do all that there. But
Hmm.
I feel like you cannot. Like, I'm originally from like the suburbs, and then I eventually ended up in the hood. I'm one of those people that has been a little bit of everywhere in my life, and I've kind of got my feet in both worlds. I'm a little bit of hood chick, but I'm a little bit of preppy at the same time. I know how to fit in both worlds,
Understand.
and yeah, I don't think it's right to just like box people in and say, "Oh, you're a thug because you come from this way," or because you had a past. And I don't know. It's too judgmental to me. You think I'm
I agree
wrong?
with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I do. I just run into most of those type of guys. Believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
most of the
Mm-hmm.
guys I know is what they would consider that. Unfortunately, I
And
mean, I
I'm gonna
know
tell
a
you,
mixture of both.
I'm gonna tell you a little something. My boyfriend actually put me onto this. He told me the secret to why uh, women like the so-called thugs. Are you ready for it, you guys?
Go
And it
ahead.
makes sense. Well, think about it. Thugs, what do they do? The ones we deem a thug. Usually, they don't have a job, right? Because they're out there selling drugs, or whatever. So they're at home all day playing PlayStation. But guess what? They have complete. When that woman comes home, honey, those dishes are clean, honey. He's rubbing her feet, honey. He's stroking her up and stroking her down because guess what? She's making the money and she controls everything. He got to do those things, not because he want to do those things. That woman is controlling his livelihood, honey. But that working man, he's out there working, so he don't have to do all those things. And sometimes women like for those things to be done. Sometimes women do like to have a little bit of control. Not all the control, but some control. And so, like, the thug is there to rub her feet and give her that good loving, whereas the working man might be too tired to give her the good loving and rub her feet.
And I'll go
Do
a step further. I was
mm-hmm.
telling the guys last night in my room that there's a video out, and the video is they asked young black women, "Who you want the doctor making 500K a year, or do you want the drug dealer?" They all picked the drug dealer.
You got to show me this because that
I'll
doesn't
find it.
sound real.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
And the drug dealer was making
And
what more supposedly?
I told guys the reason that is, and because half of my friends are drug dealers, and I said the reason is if the guy is bringing home $8,000 a day, he's going to give his woman $2 or $3,000 to keep her happy, especially if she's a dime piece. Because a lot of those guys get dime pieces; they don't get raggedy women. Okay, of course the woman's going to take it because it's there, it's instant. While I'll just use somebody other than a surgeon because that don't make sense, but I'll use somebody else instead of the guy who's a carpenter that gets paid every 2 weeks
Mm.
because baby girl ain't patient like that. And if you like the way she looks in certain outfits, she ain't going for you. She's going for him because he's putting money on the table every day.
Can I say this? Well, in that situation, you're dealing with a foolish broad because there is no way I would turn down a surgeon for somebody doing illegal activity that their days are numbered because it's a matter of time before they go to jail. So I'm going with the surgeon all day, every day. I think women with common sense are going to go with the surgeon.
I hope
So, I
so.
mean, just like men, and I hate to keep on using these cliches, but it looks like as if that we all need to do a little choosing better on both sides because that type of woman is not too bright. Um, and at once all the loving, I've said this a million times, but once all the loving is gone, what you got? You're gonna be stuck with a stupid person.
I,
Um,
I remember in the late 1990s,
yeah,
that's all a lot of these women did is go out with guys like that. And I used to like look and go, really? But then I figured it out. It's the fast money. And that's what a lot of these women, especially the young women, like those who are like 20, 22, 24,
right.
they definitely making that choice. It's not even close. Because I was saying this to you yesterday. My nephew is a Bob the Builder type of person.
Yes.
He's building his own. And a lot of black women don't want to wait for guys like that. They don't want to build. They want instant credit, instant gratification.
Hmm.
And once that Bob the Builder is established, a lot of them go the other way, unfortunately.
You know what I think, Mace? I think that good men are few and in between, and I think good women are few and in between.
I agree with that.
And I think what's happening is I think that good women are running into a bunch of no good men before they find the good man, and I think that good men are running into a bunch of no good women before they find the right woman. And I think with the numbers and the way, unfortunately, our community is all disenfranchised, as it were. I think that that's just the way it's gonna be. But I think we've got to find each other. It's like
Unfortunately,
yeah, you got to find that diamond in the rough. You got to see that sparkle,
I agree
because
with that.
yes, some some of us are messed up. That's a fact. So, and we could do this. We could do this all day, back and forth. Who's worse, the men or the women?
I
Uh,
just think it's a mixture of both, but I think because I just say it's a mixture of both. I think a lot of brothers, you just said a minute ago that a lot of them who got theirs is assholes. They are.
hmm
I agree with that. I mean, I used to be that way when I first lost my weight. After the first one I met, who I told you about,
hmm
when I told you that she had the kids, then I turned that way, and then I realized that's not me. Let me just be who I really am. And I just say, you know what? I'm just gonna go my own way. I haven't spoken to you. I haven't spoken to a real woman in 8 years. To you.
You lying.
Mm-mm.
Why? Why is that, Mace? How do we live in a world and not deal with the opposite sex? How does that happen?
What you see? Seriously, what you see? And what you see not sometimes, a lot of the time, you just shake your head and go, "You gotta be kidding me."
hmm
And that goes
I,
both ways.
I mean, I will tell you something. I will talk about hurt. I've been hurt. I've been hurt more than once, and but I've always held true to. I've always held to my faith from one thing, and believing that the Most High got my back, no matter what. The Most High got my back. So at the end of it all, it didn't matter who left me, who disappointed me, who hurted me. I knew I was going to be okay, and I was able to forgive. And I think it's important. I've talked about this in the past. I think it's important for people to not harbor pains and hurts. Because when you do finally meet someone or you do enter a new relationship, you're going to carry that baggage with you. You've got to let it go. You've got to drop the baggage. You've got to, and I'm not talking to you, I'm just speaking to whoever might need to hear this message, because we've all been there. We've all been hurt. People running around here have been abused and all kinds of things. But you've got to let it go, because if you carry that into your next relationship, you're going to do damage to that person that they don't deserve. And that's my advice. Not to you, but just to people in general. Because I've been there. I've been that person, that's just isolating myself, not really wanting to give anybody a chance to be friends with me, because I didn't trust them. Mace, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mace?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Oh, okay. Are the police not?
No, I'm good.
Is it
I'm
the police?
good. Nah, no police. I don't do crimes, baby girl.
Did I get too deep for you?
No, no, I'm good. I'm good, baby.
Okay. This has
Yeah.
been wonderful. It's been amazing. And I really did not plan on even keeping you this long. I thought we were going to do 30 minutes, and I was going to try and cram as much as I could in here, but we got
You
a
have
lot
people.
in.
Do you have people want to come up? I don't care.
Okay. I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up and talk to Mace.
This should be fascinating.
I might
Oh,
leave you guys for a little while and go spend some. We'll see how things go. Um,
yeah,
if it's
we'll
short,
see how
yeah,
things go.
yes.
Oh wow.
So he says, you guys, if you guys have questions for him, if you want to have some dialogue with him, you can catch the link. But what did we not touch on, Mace? What did we not get a chance to touch
Uh,
on?
I think we touched on most of the things that are fascinating. About um, our people's relationships or lack thereof.
Okay.
I think we
Chaos Rain.
touched on
Chaos
that.
Rain is up here. Let me see.
My man's back up here again.
Uh-huh. Come on.
Yeah, bring him up here. What's up, champion?
All right. Um, Where should I start? Mahogany, you said you don't like the men that are the squares, they're assholes. You have to be an asshole in this society. There's no way around it. You can't be no nice guy. And some dudes that are lames or squares are pretty much not even nowhere near that level. I'm not sure if black men get this notion that they're assholes. I need to see that shit for real, man.
I
And
didn't think they were assholes.
if a dude's an asshole, that means he's very confident, man. Especially he put in that work, because you have to be a certain poise in this environment. Especially if you're dealing with non-black people, you can't be this soft, timid, that shit they like. No, you need some dudes to be multi-dimensional, multifaceted, whatever you want to call it.
Let me,
These you need.
like Rain, let me add to what you say, because I did never bring this up to her, but I'll say this to you now, to both of you. And I know where you're coming from. The one thing that turns me off more is when these women are in corporate spaces and they talk that stupid Barbie doll valley girl talk. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And I was telling her this yesterday. Now the newest one that's on video is these women twerking for these white boys at the office place, bro.
Wow.
Jeez. Jeez.
You
I
think
mean,
you see
I'm
that in
like,
an adult films shit? You know, think they
yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, wow, really?
twerking for a promotion. I say,
I'm
yeah,
looking
baby,
at
you're gonna
this
have
and
to
I'm
get on
like
your knees for
saying,
that.
really? I'm
Get
like,
on your
wow. And I'm like, then you wonder why, honestly, I stay by myself.
mm, mm.
And so you say you said you saw women twerking at the office. What news station? Where did this happen at? Was this a channel?
A concept creator had the video of it, and what it was about was she was with her white boyfriend in the office. She was twerking for the camera, and then when she found out that uh, he hates black people and black men, she dumped him. But like what my man said, he's right. That that same woman, and by the way, bro, she looked good. She's gonna run back to the next one, Brad and Chad. She runs into.
But bro, how the hell is she up and break off a dude because he hates black people? And I say, but baby, what you expect? You think you don't fuck a non-black man and he's not gonna hate black people? What
Exactly.
world you live in? This is where
There
we
you
have to
go.
deal with the delusion. They say, oh, and you know what's funny with some women that go out the way to do that, they also now going like you're pro-black. Now you have no black mate. It's more confusion to me. And I say, listen, this Caucasoid don't want to hear about your problems. All you know is you better get on your knees and serve him.
That's right.
So
What's
I
going
have to.
outside the environment?
So you're saying that the woman should have known that he was a racist. So does that mean that these women you were talking about, Mace, that are going overseas,
I mean, the
they're
guys going
the
overseas.
guys going overseas getting these women, should they know that their women are racist too?
Um,
Huh?
I think the difference is, sweetie,
Yes.
the black woman is chasing the white man, while the
Mm,
black men that leave, they're chasing black women of other cultures. It's a big difference. It's
mm,
like night and day. I mean, my man's going over there. He's making sure he got a beautiful Afro Latina or whatever on his arms. Here, the women are just throwing themselves at Brad and Chad and Haji and Yi Yang. That's a big difference.
Well,
yeah, and the funny thing, they don't have to work for it. They say, and that's why they look at
Mm-hmm.
sisters as cup
Facts.
holders. They look at them as cup holders and say, you know what? I can get it anytime I want. And
That's
you
right.
still chase me.
That
And
is
say, look at
facts.
usually the black man, he might have to work a little extra depending on
Work a
type
little
of black.
extra, bro. We have to build a space shuttle to go from here, from Earth to Uranus and back in 2 hours, and it still won't be
Well,
satisfied. You
listen,
have to correct.
a chick like that, she on her meds. I tell you, you better go back on your medication, man, for that.
That is fact, bro. They don't
Yeah.
have to work hard to get Brad and Chad. And Brad and Chad said, you know what? As the new nickname they call sisters, white boys who bang them,
Mm-hmm.
black belts. a notch on their belt.
Whoa. Oh, that's new. I like that,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I want to say this. Um, so what you're saying is that black men aren't going for white women.
No, no, not overseas. They're not. They're going for other black women. That's why they leave.
I want to say this. So we and this is important. There we have to differentiate between the groups. Yes, you have the SY. What are these men?
SY,
Them
SYSBM,
dudes.
Yes, SYSBM. The men going.
SYSBM. Yeah,
Yes, and so that's the save yourself black man, and they're going to get black women, but of other nationalities, right? But then there are a
yeah.
group of men that flat out they don't want black women. Let's just be clear. They want anything else besides something black. And then you have women that are doing the same thing. So we can't say that they just want a white man. And I want to say this. I think there's a misconception out here, and I really did not want this to turn into a race thing. This is too much for me tonight. But there's a misconception that black women are running around begging to be with white men. That I've never
I
done
think that's
that.
it.
There might be some of them. There's always some. You always have the outliers, but I wouldn't say it's the majority. Trust me.
I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna counter this, and my brother, I want you to,
Okay.
if you agree or not, but you have seen this or heard this on in these circles. There are some black women that will take a white bum,
Mm-hmm.
homeless guy, and take him
Mm-hmm.
to their homes and be with a black man.
Mm-hmm. And
I
put them
mean,
in front of danger of their kids. Not
yep,
saying you won't find black bum do the same thing, but I find it they're very comfortable taking some loser off the streets
yeah,
that
white
has
guy,
what we call white privilege. And this is
yep.
a sad way to see a white man with a sign saying I'm hungry. I would look at it as a driver. What a waste of skin color.
You don't have to look no worse than Lonnie Love, bro. Look at the
Bro,
loser
oh,
she put.
bro, listen. When I find out that she makes, I guess her net worth's $1 million, and I look at this dude and I say, hold on. Number one, you're about to be 50 next year. You're not married. And this dude is not even a top quality tier. I heard other women in certain space said this is the top quality tier Caucasoid man. And I said, how so, Sway? This man's a bum.
I'm
Other
shaking
white
my
men
head
will
right
look at
now.
won't say shit about him, but look at him and say, yo, we are top tier. You just, but this is all she can get. That's why when I heard stories she had to pay for younger men that has their fit bodies just to be around. That's just sad. And your work as a woman, if you can't hold and keep men, something's wrong in that
And this is the
category.
same Lonnie Love who quoted that most black men are rich men. I'm like, girl,
Oh my
Do you guys
God. Are
follow?
you
Do you guys
serious?
follow Lonnie Love? Do you guys follow her? How
the
do
No,
you
no,
way
no,
know?
no.
she called
I'm
us
just hearing
out
my
on
bros just talk
national
about it. I don't
TV,
know I love like that. I've
oh
been hearing
my
It's just
God.
amazing to me. Everybody quotes Lonnie Love, but before old girl, what's her name? Jenny Mai. Jenny Mai has said a lot of crap before she got with old boy. I just because
Mahogany.
I watched the real,
Oh,
okay.
wait, I got
But
mahogany.
people have like memory loss when it comes to all the ignorant
Mahogany.
shit
Mahogany.
she said.
Mahogany.
But
This is before the Jane Mine situation. I
Yeah,
remember
way
when
before.
she start opening her mouth is when they talk about black men cheat. And she said,
And Lonnie
no, it's
Love
different. Said because we go through certain things.
and Lonnie Love went on
Okay.
national television telling all black women and all women do not date black men. She
Well, I didn't
did
know
do
about
that.
that. That's something new. I never heard
No,
that.
she did that. Yeah, back
She
in
did?
I think it was January
Wow.
1st. Yeah, she did that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I wouldn't be surprised because when I
Yeah,
look at
she
it and
did
say,
that. Lonnie Love. You can
but
find the
bro,
video on
what
YouTube. She
man
did
of
say
any
that.
of significance really want line love? A black man. Really?
That's
Let's keep it.
true.
Unless
But the
unless
part that
as
made
a
me
homosexual, a
but the
homosexual.
but the part that made me laugh was when Lonnie Love said that most black men are rich men. I'm like, your fat
Yo,
ass
what
really
the
believe
hell,
that lie? You
uh,
that dumb? And a,
bro?
I,
wo- and a
This is a
woman,
woman that has failed in life, bro.
yeah,
You know, and I don't
and
even like to talk about other failures amongst the community.
yeah,
But
and,
we got to be honest here. If a man of any substance, like a black man, he's not doing what he should be doing, per se, and he's not only from one, but he's not even being productive. we look at him as a fucking loser. And
Yep.
we explain this in other channels on the average.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to sisters, it's like they put every black man in the same category.
Yep, they do.
From the
They
rich,
do. Most
the
of them.
poor, to the homosexual, all that.
Let me ask you guys something. What right now, this conversation, what's the benefit of it? Where are we going here? Chaos, did you come up to talk about black women? Or did
No,
you come to
no,
talk to
no.
me?
I mean, I'm up here because the brother mentioned, and I just added onto the comment. I really was going to talk, but we were supposed to talk about sports, but it gone to somewhere way beyond.
And
One
I
thing that
noticed that that's what happens in these spaces. That
wait,
somehow
actually, one thing that did came my mind, and now I'm trying to remember. Now it was something interesting. Damn, it slipped up. God damn, I didn't want to talk about this chick. Shit. Now I lost train of thought. I was bringing up
To
something
the
else.
brothers who said for me to preach what we was just talking about, I love you. Thank you so much,
Oh,
guys.
somebody said to my preach. I'm trying to remember what I
There
did.
he is. Chris G, preach.
Shit, I'm trying to remember now. What was it? I can't remember mahogany. It was something. It was somewhat important. No, I can't remember. It was something that was.
I'm curious, what do sisters in your chat room is saying about this?
to be honest, I think they left.
No, they left a long time.
Well, no, I mean we had a few of them in here, but I think they're all gone. It's just the men. Is that what y'all want? Y'all want to drive the women away? It
No,
seems
but
like
listen, it makes you want to mahogany because
Mhm.
you keep yourself in good shape spiritually and everything else. A lot of women that leave, it makes them wonder: are they like the type of blind love? Like they don't keep themselves a certain way. Because when you're cute and pretty and fine, you don't worry about these things. There are certain things that might hurt a little bit, but not much. But when it hurts about this every little aspect, it lets me want to say, I wonder if you fall under this boat right here. Are you?
No.
No, not you,
I,
but on the average, a woman that, and this is what I've noticed, when a woman is not too big and keeps herself, and her mind is clear and is able to analyze everything and don't take things too much to heart, they stay around a little longer. But a woman that are not, on the average, they like to go and say, this is being too harsh. I think this is bad. Let me go over to another channel that's more soothing, that will coddle. Make me
let's
Mm-hmm.
feel nice.
talk about it.
Make me feel nice. I gotta feel nice sometimes.
Let's talk about the overweight issue. You said who
Okay.
would date Lonnie Love, but Mace, you yourself had a weight issue at one point, and you wanted to still, possibly be in a relationship. So just because a woman, and first of all, I know men that like big women. Shout out
Oh
to those
yeah.
guys.
Don't
There's men
be
that
passive.
Why
like.
that
She's right.
is,
Shout out to
She's right.
Drake.
mahogany? You want to know
Uh-huh.
why that is?
She's
Because
right.
how we are raised in this society as men, black men in this society. Most of
Oh
our
my God.
mothers, grandmothers are big. You get me?
Yeah. A lot
And
of
this has
black
been
men
going
do
on,
like big
I would
women.
say lately for the last maybe 40, almost close to 50 years. But we look at back in the 50s, going on to 60, we didn't have that much of our sisters that super big on the average. It's just only what changed is not only the economics of this country, but also the poisoning of food. Because now when you eat this food and you not keep it at shape, you will blow up much faster.
I mean, yeah, the food is horrible, but
And mind you, a lot and let's keep real, Hong, I'm not sure if you work out, but a lot of women don't really, dependent on the situation, don't take fitness really seriously.
I agree with that.
I mean, think about it, this brother. I mean, I'm not sure how long you've been taking your health seriously, bro. But a man, on the average, could take his health seriously anytime and he does what he needs to. But when you talk about the woman, when you talk about the weight issue, they feel say, "I look good." I know you talking about all stuff. And let's say they carry more than one child. That baby weight doesn't go down depending on the woman. Now, if you have fast metabolism as a woman and you're always skinny, most likely after you give birth, depending if you're in your 20s or early 30s, that weight could easily come down. But it doesn't apply to every person. So the minute you start carrying the extra 30, 40 pounds, you have to really work out to lose that on the
Now,
average.
let me say this
Yeah.
about I'm gonna get back to the woman for a second.
Okay.
I'm the type of dude that uh I believe in treating women with being cordial,
Mm-hmm.
being human about it, instead of acting like a wild man. A lot of guys act like. But when you say stupid stuff like all black men, he actually said that most black men are rich men. I'm like, and the woman did a video on it, which was so funny. She
Mm.
said, Lonnie, if that is the case, you go send the black men to me here in Atlanta. I'll go pick them up in droves. she,
Bro.
she said, I will pick up all these rich brothers in droves if all brothers are rich men.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, like I never heard that, but I don't follow Lonnie Love. I don't even watch The Real anymore.
And
I
So
don't
I'm
watch
not
the real
sure.
honey, but
I
when
never heard
people,
she said something like that. But let's say she did said that.
yeah, she
That is
did.
very that's very ignorant for a woman that's on a platform to say it. But like I said, a lot of us black men or just black people in general, we don't control the media. To have
Right.
people spit shit like that in their mouth and those repercussions, this is the result. That's why
Yeah.
you see monogamy. You see most black men now making use of this little media right now, the best of the ability while still available, to really push back some of this narrative. I mean, I don't like it, but it's a necessity because
I,
there's too much lies about the brothers that they're trying to
mm-hmm.
push back. And the bad thing is saying of today, I believe this is me now. A lot of people believe every talking point that's been going on through bigger platforms like the bigger networks for the last 40 years at most.
I just think that her putting it out there about us being no good and telling sisters to go away from black men, date out, and black men are no good on national TV. And like everyone said, no, we were all talking about this back then. The producers, the directors, they were glad she put that out there. Because
Damn.
everybody wants to kick us down, man. No doubt about it. You know? And it's just reality. I mean, bro, I live here in New York. I see it every single day, bro.
Yeah.
But then again, I will say this as a man, the way you present yourself is what you're going to get.
Do
Like
y'all
when,
okay, sorry.
no, go ahead, baby,
I
your
was
platform.
gonna say, I mean, you're gonna get mad at me, but like I said, we could do this all day. Do y'all
Hmm.
remember when old boy from Black Panther, not Chad Boseman, Boswick, but the other dude, the
Michael
B.
Jordan.
Jordan.
yeah, when he
What
had
about?
the freaking boat party and he said no black chicks allowed, it was an all white party with all white girls. I mean, imagine how black women felt. I personally didn't give a damn because I understand what it is. Like, these people are not role models to us. Who cares what Lonnie Love says? I
Mhm.
mean, to be in all actuality, I don't care what she says.
Well, it has to go back again about the role model who we're following.
That
Everybody
is true.
still has everybody watches TV. They still have television, either internet or actual cable they pay. They're still watching the media. And usually when we look at America or representation, this is what they put in front of us and said, this is black people in America. And a lot of people take their rights and perception of reality of what we are here in America from what they see on TV. So we
Mhm.
find like the comments that Blind Love make in front of national TV, and like you read something about other black male celebrities talking about they don't want no black women in boats. This is the result of the mental illness that we keep picking, where people that run
Tell
the
me
bigger
about it.
platforms put us in front and say this is us.
Mm-hmm.
That the
True.
separation is a creation that we continue to perpetuate. There's no ties where it's going to stop anytime soon. Matter of fact, even let's say the gender war was over tomorrow, some other person from some other side is going to still perpetuate to keep it going because it's lucrative. As
Very
much as I admit it,
lucrative,
it's very lucrative. It makes
unfortunately.
to keep that men and women apart is $1 billion business.
I
You
think
know,
that we do a very good job of that ourselves, but
I
the
mean,
things
we do
that
it
we
because we
say,
are sick mentally
Yeah, I
overall.
agree with that. I said this 2 years ago to people. I said, black people, male, female, one thing we need a lot of psychiatric help. And people balked at me. One guy wanted to kill me when I said that.
No, but
I'm
the
telling the
truth,
truth.
it hurts. And to be honest with you, I've been doing this on my channel as you know Mahogany, and I'm putting out videos now on some people
I
that
did
are
see
in the
that.
field. One Topaz is going to be premiering tomorrow on my channel.
I did
That
see that.
yeah,
Yeah, I have
that's
to
that's
see
that's
that
definitely
tomorrow.
tomorrow, and I'm
Yeah,
probably
I'll be
going to
there
reveal
tomorrow.
more. That I took the initiative to start look into that and having people that is in the profession. And I got to reach out to Mr. Council Murley too, on my channel, Council Murray, on his perspective too, that these things are a necessity. As much time Black people feel we don't need it, we're going to need it because the survival of the 21st century for the Black man and woman in America is very violent, and you're not going to survive if you still having these mental issues. You know,
And
right now, look at look at
you
look how bad it's gotten in Mahogany. We have young boys that's not even adults yet, not even want to interact with Black women.
you heard that?
And
You saw that video with
no,
those?
I didn't see it. I heard about this, and it's
Yeah, the
just a lot
millennial
of this
black
bothers
men.
them.
You
Now that
know,
because what's happened, the atmosphere that was created for 40 years, this is the result of it now.
yeah,
That now the sons don't want to even interact with Black girls.
But you
yeah.
have Black girls that feel the same. That's what I'm saying, you guys. This can go on all day long. It goes both ways. It's
No,
No,
a,
actually, Black girls are
it's
complaining.
fascinating. That's
Mahogany.
what it is.
Actually, Black girls
They,
are complaining.
it's
Actually, more than anything else.
fascinating. It's
And they want to
fascinating.
express, but really, it's a complaint on them because the boys are like, it's nothing really. But when they
Yeah,
see they're not interacting, it's only them that's open their mouth the worst. See, a lot of dudes, we gotta understand the mindset how men work, Muhammad. When a woman decides to go over that side, most dudes on the average not gonna really talk much about it. You know,
we don't.
if you ask the average Black brother, and I remember there was a panel done, they asked them if their daughters would ever date out. Some dudes don't mind that, which is a little surprise, but that's another story. But the average dude doesn't really care what the sisters do if they can get the man from another side. But when the men do it, it's like an outrage.
yes,
I think
facts.
I think the reason why it's
No.
outrage, this is me, and
Okay.
I will get pushed back, and that's fine, is that there has to be somebody to fall back on if the other side don't work, if they get it. There has somebody to come back. Most Black men, regardless if they can fall back to the Black woman or whatever, they always got some woman around necessary. You get me? Because by default, you know, women do need men. You know, that's why when
What?
interracial thing is more why the dudes are a little bit more successful in it because a woman does need a man.
Are y'all successful in it? Because whenever these
I mean,
situations go bad,
I
are
don't
you really
interracially.
successful in it? The
I
I
don't
don't
divorce
date
rate is
women,
interracially.
pretty
so I don't
high.
know. I don't date women, so I
I
don't
don't date.
know.
I don't
I
date.
can't talk about it.
Outside race like that, so I can't speak for that.
And I
I'm not.
stay
I'm not up
single.
for it.
I stay to
But,
myself. I don't even entertain women
so, but this
anymore.
is
I
what
haven't been with women
this is
in
what I've
8 years.
seen on the average. You know, so I'm the wrong person as say. You know, it's sex. I can't because I don't tamper with that. I don't mess with that. You know, she gotta be at least
Dude,
Black, at least.
I
You know.
apologize to her again. My bad.
For
But
what?
I will drop off this topic and say, bro, you got a sports question to ask me, bro?
I mean, right now the sports question I would probably ask is the NBA thing, but I wonder who's going to get the first round pick.
I don't know yet, but bro, if you subscribe to my channel on
I mean,
draft
yeah,
night,
drop your link.
I
Let me
don't
see.
know. I don't follow it, but again, if you come to my
Let me see if
channel,
you wrote your name on here. I'll type it up and
okay,
subscribe.
when if you come to my
I'm gonna
channel,
try.
bro, um, we're having a
Mahogany,
draft.
can you drop this link to his channel possibly? Because I
Yeah,
got.
I'll do it. Don't
I'm
worry about it. I'll do it. I was gonna
okay.
say to you, I'm covering the entire draft. I'm gonna have a couple of draft experts up on my channel that night.
You know,
So
my biggest question to ask you, because you live in New York, how long will it take before the New York Knicks get their acting?
it's been 20 some years now since they've
It's
been
been
good.
actually 21 years now since last time they had actual success back in the end of the 90s. After the 90s and in 2000 came around, they destroyed. I think the guy that run he gave it to his son. What year? 1999, 2000?
No, I'll say he gave it to his son in 2005, something like that.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer than that. So
No, no,
damn,
no.
he's only been running the next 15 years?
Yeah, bro.
But that don't make no fucking sense. Well, actually, no, it does make sense because when they went to playoffs around 2000, what year? Yeah, I think they did went to playoffs when Stephon Marbury was on that team.
Yeah,
But after that,
2005.
yeah, that was last time. And then they go back in after like 5, 6 years later. Yeah, so yeah,
Can,
man. I feel that from what I'm hearing, the inside of that most teams that don't have a successful in going to playoffs or making playoffs, their stint lasts around close to 25 years. New York is not there, but they got a couple years away before they reach that stint. That you can't have like a losing season. not even have a successful playoff season. You know, they don't have no direction.
Yeah, that's true. They have no direction.
No direction. Oh, and some people say they were forcing the person that owns it that he should sell the team. And I say that's not going to happen.
Oh, okay. I know I did
You,
wrong.
you know how
Oh,
much
go ahead.
money is in New York that he's going to sell? What? The only thing you had to hope to pray God that somebody that's a manager or whoever come in there and really fix it where it needs to be, and he has to manage the money where it should be. I mean, I don't think paying overpriced players, but you're going to have to really draft and select properly. Move forward. You get me?
Facts. Yeah.
And if you can't do that, you're not gonna have no successful season. If you look at all the teams from the West, from the Clippers, who else? Golden State, all this stuff, they're very patient. And mind you, they have just as much money as New York, but the problem is they select and move wisely, like every other team. New York has not had a cohesive history of picking properly. Because every minute they had to keep changing coach and manager. How are you going to have a successful season and you keep moving from that department every year? That's why if you look at the bigger players, they didn't want to play for New York. Kevin Durant could have played for New York Knicks, but he knows that it's shady. All big name players don't want to see New York because of the way how they're operating. You get me?
Yeah, I get you, bro.
So the only way to correct this is that you got to have a serious change of management, or the owner going to have to really sell it. It's one or the other. But to be a Knicks fan, I guarantee the Brooklyn Nets going to probably be more up there in championship and status before New York get their act together. That's how I see it.
You believe that, huh?
And that's just sad. How the hell Brooklyn Nets going to come overshine? You've been in existence since basketball first started. And all you have is 2 championships on a period of maybe 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Yeah.
look at other teams, Boston Celtics, 17 championships. Los Angeles Lakers, 17 championships, which they're going to overshot and take over the all-time main championship in the next year and a half. Because of Boston's skid, a 22-year drought, they let LA catch up and grab, let me see, 3, 5, grab almost 6 titles within 20 years.
Yeah, you're right,
And
man.
that's just a 20-year span. They grabbed 6 titles within 20 years. While you had a hiatus for over 20 years, since 1986. Your last championship was in 2008.
Kenny
Yeah, you're
Conjure,
right, bro.
Kenny has a question, Mace. Can you see it up
Yeah, go.
there? He's asking about who he thinks is going to win boxing.
Oh, the boxing fight? Oh, let me see. Yo, Mace boxing. And Danny Garcia. Uh, I'm gonna go with Earl Spence, bro. I hear that I heard some real good things about him. Uh, Kenny K. To be real with you, I'm not really into boxing, man. I'm multitasking, sis. I'm good, thanks.
I wanted to
Yeah,
give him a
so
chance to ask you his question, but I asked, so that's okay.
it's okay.
Why?
All right, girl.
So, how do you think him versus the other guy? Just curious. Is he younger? Is he faster?
To be honest with you, sweetie, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Boxing's not really my expertise.
Oh,
I'm more the hockey, basketball, football, and baseball guy.
mm-hmm.
Like I could tell you about the World Series right now. I could break that down for you, even though, you know, hopefully the Dodgers can pull this out, but we'll see. That's baseball, but boxing, not really me.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys.
Who's in the neck and neck right now with baseball? Since you mentioned baseball,
Dodgers and the Rays, believe it or not.
Rays. Tampa. I
Tampa
think
Bay Rays.
didn't Tampa Bay win championship last year? Which team from Florida won championship from baseball?
No, no, not in baseball.
Not in baseball.
Last
Okay.
year was
Was it
Washington Nationals, the DMV. Kenny Conjo's neck of the woods won it last year. Matter of fact, last couple of years they won the Stanley Cup and they won the World Series. So good for those people down there in DJ Coolest country,
Oh,
DMV.
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. All right.
Kenny agreed with you, by the way.
Yeah.
Chaos Rain, and
Yes.
to my beautiful guest, Mace. I want to thank you guys for both coming up and participating. Chaos, thank you
Okay.
so much. You did bring some spice to the live, honey, because my blood pressure was boiling, but
Well,
I'm glad you got attention.
you should have no blood pressure. You're too young for that.
Child. I don't know. As I've gotten older, I heat
I
up
know you have
quick.
a adult son, and I think it's maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're up there in age now, if I possibly.
He's
Well,
saying everything I won't say.
guess what? According to them, if you're older than 25, honey, and run these spaces, you done hit the wall.
I mean, don't worry,
Ouch.
don't worry about that. I
Ouch.
mean, if
I'm
as long
not.
as life is good to you, we don't really concern about everything because you carry yourself somewhere, so no man are concerned that with you.
That's right.
And,
You carry yourself so well,
see,
gorgeous.
only time when women carry themselves a certain way after a certain age, then yeah, it's a problem. But if you're wholesome and you're cordial and you're, I guess, Phoebe, a man will give you too much pushback. But a lot of women they like to, "Arr."
I may have to deal with that hit the wall thing, but
I'm
no,
gonna leave that alone.
yeah, not tonight.
The wall could be all right. You know what I'm
If you,
saying? Just,
if you see her dancing in her first video, you know she don't worry about hitting the wall.
I mean,
Chaos Rain has been around. We've been around each other for a while. I think we pass each other by. I think I first saw you, Chaos, in Reg the Bad Guys channel, right?
I wasn't on Reg Bad Guy's channel. I never was on that brother's
I
channel. To
wonder
be honest
where
with
it was. I saw you in somebody's space. It might have been Obsidian.
you.
I
Was
don't
it
know.
Nyla? Was it Nyla?
It could have been Nyla. I watch them too. I watch everybody.
It's either between Nyla or Obsidian Talk Radio, which I think it might have been Obsidian because Obsidian, I started come across certain space around late 2018, early
Mm.
of 2019. And I've been around, and I've been doing around a little longer than that. But as you know, live streams start to pick up. I start to be present, unfortunately. As you know, that year of last year, that's when I started doing content officially on my channel. I never did no YouTube content until early year of 2019, I think January. So,
Okay.
you might see me circling more for the internet, but as far as you're gonna see it. But you're at the 2 hour mark, so I'll leave it there.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I'm glad you got a chance to talk about your show tomorrow. I'm definitely going to check it out. What time did you say you were going to go on with
I mean,
Topaz?
it will start at 12:30 in the
Oh,
afternoon.
okay. Like in the daytime?
Yes, it'll start in daytime.
Oh, man, I'll be at work. But regardless, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah,
So
this
y'all
kid's pretty
hear that.
great. Yeah.
Okay, I sure will. And I'm glad that that you're doing your content now. My thing
Mhm.
is if you're going to be on here, you might as well have a voice and say your opinion. So I'm go
Yeah.
ahead. Did you want to say anything before I let you leave?
No, I'm gonna let the guests let them close out.
Well, I appreciate you, Chaos. Thank you.
And me too, Chaos. I appreciate you too.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, bro. Seriously, I appreciate what you do on the breakdown, bro. You do a great job on that panel. Uh, I'm blushing. That's why I'm not holding up.
Why are you blushing?
I really appreciate you having me here. Uh, I hope our friendship continues to grow. And as time goes on, me and you can talk more other things besides gender war and gender stuff.
Yes,
Um,
because you know me and you are gonna do this right. But we're gonna do this
yeah,
right
yeah. I
here.
think that me and you will grow as time goes on. It's just the beginning. But
Yeah,
I appreciate you seeking me out, and it means a lot to me. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you too. And like it's I got a little fire to me, but I fizzle out quite fast. And like I said, when I get into it with people like what happened yesterday, and then I'm cool. Like with the dope. He could come over here right now, and I'd be just as kind to him as ever. And I hope if I were to come to his space that he would be kind to me. I don't hold grudges. This is just YouTube. This is not real life to me. So no worries. I mean,
Well,
it's
I look
sad.
at it
Like
this
me
way.
earlier.
Oh, go ahead,
Is that a
sweetie.
cat? Is
What I
that a
have in my
cat?
hand right now?
Yeah, what is
No,
that
this
you're petting?
this is my phone. I'm setting up
Ah,
my show in a
it
few
looked
minutes,
like
so
it was
Dad
like a
could come
little black.
over.
Sorry, I'm blind. It
No,
looked
it's
like a
okay.
little black cat.
It's just pitch dark out here. That's why, sweetie.
Oh
It's
God, I'm
just pitch.
sorry.
It's just pitch dark out here. That's all.
Well, go
You
ahead.
know.
Go ahead and
But
finish.
no, I'm talking to you. I'm just saying, sweetheart, that I think me and you, um, honestly, I think me and you, I think we got a nice fit together. That's what I think. I do. I think that you will get to know me better as less opinionated and more having fun, me and you together, having a good time. Understand what I'm saying?
I do. I do
Yeah.
understand.
But
And like
I
I'm
definitely
subscribed.
appreciate you.
uh I appreciate you too. I'm gonna let you because I know you got to get back to your thing. Um, I'm,
I'm not even worried about it, sweetie. Good.
you
Keep
know,
talking.
well, I mean, I'm like I said, I watch a lot of people that I watch them sitting in for God's sake. I haven't lately, but you know what I'm saying. I could not be I couldn't be more of a different mindset than him, but I do because I do find it interesting, and I've always been the type of person that like to listen to different perspectives and see if I
Well,
can
with
open my.
me, the guy who I listen to a lot, whenever I get a chance, because I'm doing things early in the morning, but when I catch him, I have him on while I'm going somewhere. I'm doing therapy. Is Ramir Amir. He's tremendous. Ramir Amir is tremendous.
Is that okay? There, that
Yeah,
name sounds familiar.
he's
Hmm.
a brother that let brothers know, get off your ass and make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy.
And then there's Bernard Riley. I
I've heard
listen
of
to him.
Bernard Riley.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Those are like brothers in the morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning when you get to work. You click them on. I know I did a show. I think it was Thursday in the morning, and all the brothers would tell me, "Man, I'm going to work listening to you, man. Thank you." I'm like, "Okay, I'll make it even better than I was planning to, so you guys could sit and listen at your desk." You called in that day. You came up that
Oh,
day. You was at work. Remember? You popped up.
yeah.
You was
I
at
always
work.
like when I'm off. I just chill and scroll, see what y'all talking about.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Love talking to you.
I love talking to you too, gorgeous, and you stay gorgeous. And you tell your man that he's lucky to have you.
Okay. I hope he knows it. I'm lucky too. You did. You guys might not have realized that he was sitting like in the same room, listening, watching. Um,
Bro, you know I'm not hitting on your lady, so we're all
no,
good.
he knows he's not even here anymore. My son and him, they were both like in and out of the room for a minute. That's why I kept on kind of looking. But he watches a lot. My family watches my videos, so
Nice.
even my mom sometimes she watches.
Well,
So.
because he's my graphics designer for me.
Mm-hmm.
My nephew watches from time to time. He's a big fan of mine, so I appreciate that from him. And he's gaining fans because of his graphic work. Guys want logos designed by him.
I
So if you want
definitely,
one, let me know.
yeah, I definitely might hit him up. I want my son. My son is good at art. I
Oh,
really
him
want
too?
him.
That's nice.
I want him
Nice.
to do, but he doesn't. Maybe he'll get the confidence. I think his stuff is great, but you know how you could believe in somebody's stuff, but they need to believe in their stuff. So, um, trying to get him to do something for us though, because I think he's really talented. But I'll definitely like reach out to your if we can't do it. I'll reach out to your nephew, for sure.
Gorgeous. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
And you have a good night. And you at work tomorrow, pop up. I'll be on tomorrow. I may do 3 shows tomorrow.
Okay. Are you gonna do anything else tonight?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to start in like 5 minutes. So
I might come over there and just listen.
I'll be nice. I'll make sure it's all sports, so you'll be okay. I'll
I'm
make
all right.
sure that guys won't be firing nuclear missiles.
Okay. All
Good
righty.
night, sweetheart.
Good night. Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate you. Hey, come by tomorrow. I'll be on 3 times tomorrow, so come by.
Okay, I will for sure.
Thank you for having me, gorgeous.
You're welcome, y'all.
And thank
Please.
you to the chat room, too.
Yeah, oh
Appreciate you.
yeah. I'm about to go down this list, honey, and see who came through.
Yeah, just like I do. You be good, baby.
Okay, you too. Bye
Good
bye.
night.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Chaos reign to my special guest, Mr. Mace uh, Taggart himself. I got to get his name right. And then Chaos for chiming in, asking questions. I appreciate you, brother. I will check you out tomorrow with Sister Sopez. Let's see who came through. I have oh God, I cannot say your name. Karumater, Kenny Conjo, Chris G. Thank you guys so much. Let's go up. RS. Rude Amp. Brother, this was your first time coming to my live. I appreciate you if you're still here. Thank you. Let's see. Fasting is life. It was good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Chef Aurel Young, thank you so much for stopping by. Zero the Infinite, the funny, the ever funny. Zero the Infinite, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. Queen of Attraction, it was real good to see you, sis. Haven't seen you in a long time. Good. Keep on coming by. All right. And Life Observer, it was good to see you. You guys, I'm going to end. We started out with a little music. I'm going to end with a little music. Okay. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, you guys. Good night. See you guys soon with another video. Peace.